Hey everybody. Um, I just saw the Batman the other day. Yesterday, Matt Reeves is the Batman, and here's my. I'm gonna give you my take on it. Bear in mind this is pretty spoiler heavy. Um, it's of course a Riddler centric movie. Um, we get a lot of returning faces character wise, not actor wise. We have Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman. She's it's a very Batman Year One version of her. Um, very close to that, and she's motivated mostly by revenge because her friend is murdered uh, by a crime boss, and she's really good in this. She's Catwoman is kind of a tough character to peg, kind of tough character to do. It seems because there's so many iterations of her, and there's different ways you can take the character. But I think Kravitz did a great job. We have the wonderful John Turturro as Carmine Falcone. It's interesting to see a lot of these kind of lesser known Batman villains, lesser known to the general public Batman villains coming back. He does good. He's, you know, so calm and cool and collected. Nothing bothers him. So he does a really great job. We have Colin Farrell as the Penguin. And I had my doubts about this because at first I was like, why not just get like a fat guy instead of, uh, late 90s, early 2000s hunk? But then I saw it and he knocks it out of the fucking park. It's really good. He looks penguiny. Not like to the extreme, but like he looks good. He's got some really good lines. He's they go kind of the Sopranos angle with him, where there's a lot of hey yo hey type stuff. Um, we have of course Paul Dano as the Riddler. We don't actually see much of him, both as Riddler and Paul Dano, or it's the Eddie Nashton version. It's mostly we kind of see his effects, and we only see him in videos that he sends people. It's only really in the end that we see him, and the softness of Dano's face really lends a lot to the juxtaposition of the menace that Riddler has. In the Riddler, they give him kind of a Zodiac killer type vibe, like he has encryptions and ciphers, and he's got the look, of course, and there's he really lends to that because he looks so much like a little dorky dude when we finally see him, and yeah, I think he does a great job. Not much of him again, but what we do see is he makes a real difference. He makes a pretty good impression. Um, we have as Alfred, you have Andy Serkis, wonderful Andy Serkis. He does a good job. Again, not much of him either, and he's kind of put into remission halfway through because of an explosion. And he's good. You know, I don't think you can go wrong with Alfred. I honestly don't think we've had a bad Alfred. Um, the voice is kind of Cockney, I think. I might be placing the region wrong, like the regional uh, um, accent wrong, but it sounds a lot like Michael Caine's. And Batman Pattinson, you know, this goes along with at the very end spoiler when Riddler is locked up. He has a certain cellmate, uh, the a man who laughs, let's just say, and the thing about Batman and Joker, I don't know if they're gonna get to Joker in the sequel. It seems like we maybe have too many Jokers, but who knows? This could be good. You know, Ledger surprised me, Phoenix surprised me, so might maybe might eat my words. Um, a lot of people surprise me and surprise a lot of people with their portrayal of Batman and Joker. They kind of always bring something new to the table. You know, even I try to find nice words about uh Leto. I don't think his Joker works on uh Suicide Squad. I do think it works in uh the Snyder cut. I really dug that. How he kind of it's kind of a redemptive moment for him. Um, but yeah, a lot of people didn't do good with uh kind of doing their own Batman, their own Joker. And with Batman, Pattinson does good. He is a very obsessed, narrow-minded goth. I'll call him goth because his Wayne Manor looks like it's out of a Tim Burton movie. Like, uh, I'm not just saying that because of the Batman correlation. Like, it looks very stylized Victorian almost. And he's very, very mopey. And, but it works. It works well with this story. And his Batman is good because his Batman is cold. There's no humor, there's no light, there's almost no humanity, which lends itself to Batman. You know, Batman kind of works well in the universe, in the story of the universe, when there's not much to him. You know, the less you know about them, kind of the better. And he gives off very little. We have Jeffrey Wright as Gordon, who he's pretty good. You know, actually, we see Gordon doing shit in this. I mean, we saw him doing shit in the Nolan ones, but Wright does pretty good. The story is based around kind of Riddler taking down these secretly corrupt people in Gotham. One of whom was Thomas Wayne, who Riddler's dad had some dirt on. Was a reporter and had some dirt on Bruce's mom, Martha, who was in and out of psych wards, and he was going to expose this. And Thomas Wayne didn't want this to get out, so he asked Carmine Falcone, like, put the fear of God in this guy. Like, he never expected Carmine Falcone to kill Riddler's dad, but that's what happened. And he was horrified at this fact. And basically that created a snowball effect to Thomas and Martha being killed. They never say if it's by Joe Chill. They allude to that fact. They say, like, it might have been some guy, and that Joe Chill is some guy. And it ends with a kind of up and down note, because Riddler floods the city with bombs, and but you know, perseverance is the name of the game, and we see Batman not just skulking in the shadows, but at the end he's basically a first responder, and I think that's a neat angle. Like, we rarely see him out in the open, but it's nice for him to just be this beacon of hope, which is, I think, what he needs to be sometimes. And there are a lot of neat references, like, there's one scene where it's a video put forth by Riddler, and it says, "They tried to hush me up." And of course, hush comes on the screen, the word hush. And of course, it's a reference to Hush. And at the end, Batman says to Catwoman, well, where are you going to go? And she says, I don't know, maybe go upstate, maybe head to Bloodhaven. And I had fun with that. And, yeah, Riddler's helped out by a bunch of fringe lunatics. He kind of gains a following of the easily coerced people, not unlike Joker did in Joker. He had his little Jokerlings with him, and it's interesting. There is a clown gang in this, so who knows what the sequel might have. But yeah, that's basically you know what, go see it. It's long, like really long, but go see it. It's a really good one. I think you'll be happy with it. Anyways, that's my review of The Batman. And, it's just about it. See you guys.